Hello, everyone. This is my final DA for BCM 215, and my topic being is how does immersion changes the experiences of agency and players' choices in open world games. It's pretty interesting topic. Hope you like it. Let's begin with the peers' comments and reflection. All right. One of my classmates have appreciated my work. When what he said, it's my work was detailed introduction that gives broader context on open world games and their impacts. And he said I better should include historical overview in gaming industry. And one of the other classmates have also appreciated my work, and I like it. They even gone through my video actually, but he said ability to personalize gaming experience and have sense of ownership enhances immersion in emotional connection with gaming world actually. And he said I've gone through in depth in the video also, and he leaves a very good comment, and I appreciate his work. And this is the third comment, which was given by one of my classmates as well. He said, add some more images and add a timeline is to my work, which was missing in the video. Actually, I appreciate his honest suggestion, and I have tried my best to add all of the images to make it more uh, interesting for him. Let's begin with the key moments in the history of video games and timeliness. And actually, over the past few decades, video games and graphics have undergone a remarkable evolution. From the basic visuals of the past, we have reached a point where games now offer unrealistic graphics and an expansive virtual world. And there's a short videos I'll be playing the next minute or something. Hope you guys like it, alright?
It wasn't until 1958 that the first game, simply for entertainment purposes, was built. The game was Tennis for Two, and it became an instant sensation with hundreds of visitors waiting in line to play the game during its debut. The tennis game was one of the earliest games to feature moving graphics. It wasn't until 1958 that the first game, simply for entertainment, and simple games were developed for this console, including combat. But then, the golden age of arcade games began with the release of Space Invaders in 1978. Video game graphics significantly improved from the basic lines, dots, and blocks commonly found in most games before that period. Fun fact: Space Invaders was a huge commercial success. The game had a net profit of $450 million, which is equivalent to over $1.3 billion.
And here's what happened when these gaming industries were making skyrise revenues and hit the ground actually. So what happened? Why did they experience such a big loss actually? So the golden age of arcade games saw a rapid decline with the devastating video games crash of 1983 actually. The industry which had reached its peak with revenue of $3.2 billion actually, which was a lot if you see it actually. But what happened in the middle, they experienced a collapse plummeting to a mere 100 million by 1985, which was a drop of nearly 97% actually. So why the crash happened? Actually, the crash was attributed to various aspects, with one of the most significant being the graphics and the poor quality games title for flooding the market. Actually, and here's what happened when these gaming industries were making skyrise revenues and hit the ground. Actually, so what happened? Why did they experience such a big loss? Actually? And here's the current state of the history, and which are very prevailing to see actually. So I'm gonna play a video and I'm gonna talk about it. And this is the video actually, which is very true actually. So there's a scene in the Ready Player One actually where the two main characters in VR, but every time their avatar touches each, the other can literally feel their body actually, because in the real world they are wearing these crazy haptic suits. Now, admittedly, this seems a little awkward to say at the least, but the kind of haptic you rocking, but I haven't been able to stop thinking about the idea since I first saw it, actually. So cool. And now, VR gaming experiences have revolutionized the way we interact with and immerse ourselves in the virtual world, actually. So, the immersion VR technology places players directly into the virtual environment. That is really cool, I will say. And also control of the emotion. VR often incorporates motion controller that allow players to use their hands and gesture to interact with the virtual world. This adds a new level of realism and interactivity enabling action like grabbing objects, throwing and shooting, and many more actually. And you know what's the more interesting one? The social VR. The social VR actually the most interesting one actually, which introduce social VR experiences where players can meet and interact with others in virtual spaces. This enables multiplayer gaming, virtual gatherings, and collaborating activities, fostering a sense of community. And this is very interesting, I would say. And this is historical events or interesting era of games. What influenced what I believe they took inspiration from real life events, and so that they come into the more immersive and social experiences. Gaming developers respond by incorporating multiple features into open world games. I have seen that they have seen people from the history playing together. They wanted to merge that experience into the virtual world. And impact on players and agency, immersion exploration offer vast environment for player to explore, creating a sense of immersion in the virtual world. Player choices and consequences. Choices made by players can lead to different outcomes, affecting the game's world, characters, and even the ending actually also. And that's it for my final DA. Hope you like it. Thank you so much for your time and effort.